with all the changes that's going into the interior offensive line, how do you feel like now that you've got to watch tape that whole unit, you guys all played as a whole?
Need to make a few more plays to win the game, but can't credit Shane and Landon enough for stepping up. Shane was really on his P's and Q's, and that was a lot on his plate, and to see the way he prepared was impressive. And if I'm not mistaken, his true first game, snapping the ball, and really impressed with him. I learned a lot about him during camp. He battled through a few things, shuffling, everything. Love the kid, love how he comes to work, love how he prepares. And I think it's great for Landon. Just get more experience, get more tape out there, keep growing, keep learning as a player, take things that he did well and keep growing, take things that he didn't well and kind of learn from and kind of understand that's maybe how he might get attacked in the future.
What does it do, sorry for the masses, but what does it do for you knowing that you can stay at guard and be able to focus on that for the next, hypothetically, the rest of the season?
It's a week-to-week league, and that's something that, that's a coaching decision. Wherever they think I can help the team best is where I'll go. I think I've been encouraged by the DA, the offensive staff, JB, Jaw, just trusting me wherever that is that they want me to play. And, this staff has done a good job of, whether it's me moving or someone else moving or Shane moving, putting guys into position to win, putting guys into position to succeed and, take games down tight, even when you're losing, the two best linemen in this building. So I give a lot of credit to the staff and, front office for managing that well, developing a good practice plan, and really instilling a lot of ownership over each guy who has to step in.
Because you mentioned the finishing part, I guess what is that level of frustration now, kind of with the team knowing that, if you make a couple plays here or, finish here or whatever, that this team could potentially be, sitting in a better position than it is currently?
I think some people label it frustration. I'll label it battle tested. I've been some other places where didn't have games go your way early in the season, but later in the season you're more prepared for those moments and you can rattle off enough wins and make your way to the dance, and who knows what happens once you're playing in January and February now. So, we need to learn to finish. We need to learn to close teams out, execute, not just on last drives, because you could say, the last two games we've driven the ball down and scored, but it's not that. I mean, it's coming out of the second half and scoring points, or it's being more sure in our protection to where maybe some reads are easier to see, or run games getting just that little, 1 or 2 inches play side, which doesn't seem like a lot, but, AK is a special guy. Jamal is such a physical runner that we can get them more one-on-one in the third level. Those are the plays that we look at. Like, everyone can say didn't finish or whatever, but it's like playing the totality of the game and handling what we can handle every play to really make it to where the finish is every play, I guess is what I'm saying.
Speaking of the running backs, but you guys are able to run the ball a lot better in this game compared to against Philly. But it's like the defense keys in differently on y'all when Taysom isn't in. What are you saying up front whenever Taysom's out in the game?
That would be a schematic question for Clint. Not going to take away the fact that Taysom might be the best football player I've ever played with. I bet if we had to make him kick a field goal, he'd make it. I don't know if that's probably been said here with, his acumen. I don't know if that's the right word, but special player, special guy. I was probably can say one of the fortunate guys to see him when he first came in the league in 2017 when we were teammates at another place, and you could tell there was something special. So whenever Seven's in the huddle, it's awesome, and it's a different key that the defense has to play, but there's still a lot of good talent on this team. There's a lot of good guys who can fill certain roles to where we can execute at a high level, whether he's on or off the field.
Lucas, I think you've played Kansas City twice in the last 3 years, maybe, if I saw it right. Is
Yeah,
Chris Jones as difficult a challenge as you're going to face as an interior lineman?
Yeah, I mean, Chris Jones is one of those guys. I think every position across the league has a few guys, and he's one of them that you have to account for every play. You have to know where he's at. You have to study him differently. You have to approach it differently. It's a good week to be detailed in our own techniques, but yeah, I mean, Chris is a phenomenal player. He does a lot of things really well, and that's what makes him so tough. He's not just a one move guy. He's not just a pass rusher. I mean, he's down in the trenches on the inside playing every play. So that'll be a tough challenge and a good test for us.
Following up on Taysom, like statistically, the run game declined a little bit after he went out, but like I imagine it's more than that. Why do you think the run game wasn't as effective, kind of in the second half?
I mean, we still had quite a few explosives. There's different scenarios that go into run game. I got to be honest. If I was looking at the statistics, I'd probably be worried about the wrong thing on all that. But yeah, I mean, we got to be precise up front. This run game is fantastic, and Clint, JV, Rico do a fantastic job dialing it up. But everyone has to be on the same page, and really to get Alvin and Jamal flowing. So we just got to have a little bit more attention to detail as games go on.